Hello everyone, welcome back to Game Finder. My name is Dave, and mamma mia, we are reviewing a game of pizza called Top This. Let's go. So welcome back to another Dexterity Week video, and this is a game about flicking ingredients onto a pizza. I mean, come on, that's ingenious. I'm so surprised that it hasn't been thought of until now. Well, I think this came out like in 2018, 17 or something like that. Now, it's a bit like Crokinole when it comes to rolls. You have to flick these ingredients and make sure you hit another disc that's on the board. That's a bit of Crokinole rolls, and you can only stay on the crust of the pizza. The production is really interesting and makes a lot of intuitive sense, but there are some things that I wish would be there, like a linen finish. But without further ado, let me show you this dexterity game production, how to play, and then I'll give you my opinion. Let's go. Alright, so this is what comes in the box with Top This, and it's a whole bunch of these yellow discs. I think this was an extra one, but I count this as basically like a cheese because you have ingredients all here, and they weren't stickered up, but we stickered them up. And some of the ingredients have the same ingredient on the other side, but some are flippity floppity. You have fun size cards. You know I don't like fun size cards, but whatever. The bag is pretty good, and the board is nice. None of this product is linen finish. It's got this slick kind of feeling to it. Very thin box, but what you see is what you get, and what you get is pretty nice. It's chunky bits. Hey there, Miko. Alright, so now let me show you how to play. So everyone will start off with 4 ingredients, disc, and so will the board. And then you'll have 5 order cards over here with ingredients that will complete orders, points on the bottom right, and then the tip cards that have points within themselves, all varied. Now, the name of the game is to get as many of those order and tip cards as you can. The game ends when the last tip card is taken or the last order has been put on the board. So on your turn, you can do one of 2 things. You can either take one of your 4 ingredients here, take it by the crust, and take it anywhere by the crust, and then flick it, and you have to hit a disc. If you do not hit a disc when you flick your ingredient in on the board, then you would take the ingredient away, and then it goes back into the ingredient bag, because that's where you'll be drawing from. And then the person will draw up on their turn. But you get 2 actions, so you can flick 2 times. So if you're not successful the first time, you can flick a second time. And what you're trying to do is have these slices on the board, and you're trying to put the ingredients in the slices in any placement, as long as they're within the slice, and the majority of it is within the slice, then it counts. So let's say this order right here, we're going for the onions and the jalapenos. We get this like that. Then the order is complete. We grab the card, we refresh it, and then sometimes you can get multiple orders in a single turn. Now the second thing you can do on your turn is flip ingredients. Now you can say, I want to take all jalapenos and flip them, and that you will flip them on the board, and then it might complete an order for you that way. Now you can flip in addition to flicking, so you always get to flick twice, but you can flick, flip, or flick, flick, flip, and that's how that goes. After your final flick, your turn is over. Now, how do you get tip cards? Well, you'll have to call a shot. So let's say I'm trying to get that jalapeno onion slice again. I can come over here and say I'm going to complete that order that I just got. If it's on the board still, I gotta flick it in, make sure I hit a disc, and then voila, I take the card of the order and I take a tip card. Now when I do multiple orders, if I were successfully able to do multiple orders in one flick, I would also take a tip card. Again, the tips vary. Sometimes they have more than others. This is where you can really get some bang for your buck. Let's see, some only have 2, some have 3, and if an ingredient goes off the board, it goes back into the ingredient bag as well. Now, when you do complete an order, I didn't mention that you will take one of the ingredients off the slice of your choice and put it back into the ingredient bag as well. And that's essentially it. You'll continue to play. I mean, you do have to be careful because sometimes you'll want to like get your ingredient that you're getting on the board in the crust on the slice that you want. But sometimes I think it's better to think about aiming at the ingredient that you want to move instead of trying to get the ingredient that you're putting on the board where you want it. And that is Top This. Now let me tell you what I think about this game. Let's go. That is a Top This. Now, Top This is getting a score of 90 for me, which, I mean, dexterity games are almost a shoo-in when getting the must-play game Vine award. If it's well produced and the game's rules make sense, which these games, the rules made sense, the rule book was easy to read, the production and stickers were easy to put on, and the game just makes sense. And if you are a Crokinole fan, you will like this game, I think, though it's much harder than what you might think. I had a heck of a time trying to get my pieces completed, and that's why I think it only gets like a 90 for me, because some games, I mean, I had to really rework my strategy. Sometimes I was just shooting the ingredients to try to do like the actual olives. I was like, okay, I got an olive, I want to put the olive on that piece, and I just couldn't get it on there. So, and that kept happening. So I was like, okay, instead I'm going to make sure the ingredient that I'm hitting is the olive and not care about what I actually have in my hand here. Though you do want to make sure you look on front and back, because when you flick an ingredients, it's a bit of memory game, because when you say let's flip it, it's going to flip those ingredients, and you can get a ton of orders. Well, not a ton, like you can get double orders that way, and that's where you can get tips. I like that you can call out the pieces and say I'm going to complete this piece right here and get tips that way. It's just it's very straight to the point. It makes so much sense. It's intuitive. Sometimes it might run a little long because, again, it's more difficult than it might look. Though if you are flicking like aficionado, you might score relatively fast in this game and run the tables. Though I haven't seen it happen, at least in my household. Overall, I love this game. I love that it's not a huge box. It's very thin, as you can see right there. And the only unfortunate thing, the big unfortunate thing, is it's really hard to find. I had to pick this one up on eBay. So if you can figure out where this game is, I'll try to figure out a link and leave it down below. Definitely pick this up. It's definitely worth, I would say, around the range of 25 to 40 bucks at max. So I would stay around the $30 range. Fantastic product. I love this game, and it does get the GameVine Must Play It award. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to the Dexterity Week video weeks. That's terrible, whatever that was. But if you haven't already, click like and subscribe. And until the next time that I see you, I'm Dave. Have a great rest of your day and a great time with all you play. Mamma mia. Vine Nation, we love making content here for you on the channel, and we're almost at 10,000 subscribers, so subscribe now and help us out. This video right here, I think you'll like. This video right here, YouTube thinks you'll like. Or you can just sit here and watch me dance as a dinosaur for a little bit longer. You can visit us at our social media outlets, and we're going to be improving our Patreon here soon. That's all for today. Miko, it's time to go. Good girl, Miko.